السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. في هذه المحاضرة سوف يتم شرح موضوع الموديل فيرب. طلاب، موضوع الموديلز فيرب أخذناه في الكورس الأول، لكن أخذناه في صيغة البريزنت سمبل، يعني وهي كان may must وإلى آخره. وأيضا بالكورس الأول لم نتناول كل الأفعال الناقصة، لكن we just focus on three important modal verbs which are have to إذا تتذكرون، be allowed to أيضا، والثالث اللي هو كان المودال فيرب اللي هو كان. فطلاب هنا في هذا الموضوع يعني سوف نتطرق إلى بعض المودلز فيرب التي لم نتناولها في الكورس الأول. من جهة ثانية راح نحاول إنه كيف استخدامها في زمن الماضي البسيط، في زمن الماضي. modal verb يعني for example كان لما نستعملها هي في زمن السمبل present، إذا أريد استعملها في زمن السمبل past راح تصير could. كذلك may أقدر استعملها في زمن السمبل present، إذا استعملها طلاب في زمن الباست simple فراح تصير might، وهكذا. must تبقى نفسها لكن تصير must have been، وهكذا طلاب. إذا هنا بالبداية في هذا الفيديو سوف نتناول موضوع الموديل فيرب. In general we are going to talk about this subject. بصورة عامة راح نتناول هذا الموضوع، كل الأفعال الناقصة. بعدين راح نركز some of modal verb that we didn't discuss them in the first semester. راح نتناول بعض الأفعال الناقصة التي لم نتناولها في الكورس الأول، لأن كما ذكرنا سابقا إنه في الكورس الأول تم تناول 3 أنواع من الأفعال الناقصة، وهي be allowed to، have to، والثالث اللي هو كان. هنا طلاب راح نتناول هذه الأفعال in general term. After that we are going to use it in the present tense، وراح بعد ذلك نحاول إنه نستعملها في زمن الماضي. وكيف في زمن الماضي، كيف تصبح الأفعال الناقصة في زمن الماضي. modal verb forms of modal. modals do not take third person، يعني يقول لك إنه المودال فيرب أكيد ما تحتوي على اسم الشخص الثالث. this is definitely true، يعني هذا الشيء هو صحيح. أنا الفعل الناقص ما أخذ لي اسم الشخص الثالث، فأنا جاي يعني إنه هذه الجملة معناها إنه modals do not take third person, so that's true. For example, the nurse can give the injection. صحيحة. كان هو المودال فيرب. انتبه للجملة الثانية the nurse can't give the injection. incorrect. can't ما يصير نخلي لها اسم الشخص الثالث. واضح طلاب؟ بعد كان could may might must بعد الأفعال الناقصة تيجي طلاب يجي infinitive، يعني مصدر مجرد. The infinitive is used after the modal verb. The planes must take off now، يعني راح أعطيك بعض examples about modal verb. The infinitive is used after the modal verb. The planes must take off now. The wastage can't be stopped. The technical collapse could have been avoided. انتبه لي طلاب، could have been avoided هاي زمن الباست بالماضي. She should recycle that paper. incorrect. الأخيرة جملة incorrect، لأن بعد should إيش مكتوب طلاب؟ recycles، اس الشخص الثالث خطأ. فشي يصير طلاب إذا تصحح الجملة she should recycle that paper. لكن الجملة الأولى صحيحة the planes must take off now، لأن بعد must يأتي infinitive. الجملة الثانية the wastage can't be stopped، كان يأتي بعدها be stopped يعني infinitive. the technical glitch could have been avoided يعني زمن الماضي. والأخيرة she should recycle that paper هاي incorrect. فإذا أريد أسويها correct تصير she should recycle that paper. she should recycle that paper. نجي على forms of modal. In negative sentence not follows the model even when P or have are present. In negative sentence في الجمل المنفية not follow the model even when P or have are present. يعني هنا أنا طلاب إذا أريد أنفي الجملة واللي قاعد أستعمل هنا modal verb فيأتي بعدها not، إنه negative sentence بالجملة you should put not after modal verb. For example يعني بعد الفعل الناقص بعد المودال فيرب شو أخلي طلاب not حتى شو أسوي الجملة أسويها negative sentence. for example the investigation may not end today. may not end today. The lecturer could not be there at this hour. could not. okay صحيح هاي الجملة correct. The lecturer could be not there at this hour. هاي راح طلاب تصير incorrect. واضح هاي راح تصير incorrect. فالجملة الأولى the injection may not end today correct. الجملة الثانية the lecturer could not be there at this hour. could not be أيضا هاي correct. the lecturer could be not there at this hour incorrect. فشو تصير طلاب الجملة الأخيرة تصير the lecturer could not be there at this hour. Do not use the contracted forms of negative informal writing. use cannot and not can't. واضح. يقول لما أسوي المختصر بالنسبة للجمل المنفية النيجاتيف sentence use cannot and not can't. أي لأن cannot هي تعتبر طلاب formal writing. can't هي راح تصير informal writing. لكن أنت as you are going to graduate as a civil engineer راح تتخرج أنت كمهندس مدني طلاب أنت هسه يعني you should be able to distinguish between formal writing and informal writing. هسه أنت تكون أنه تفرق يعني distinguish the formal writing يعني الكتابة الفورمال يعني الكتابة الفورمال وما بين الكتابة الانفورمال كتابة يعني المنتظمة أو الرئيسية الانفورمال يعني يعني الغير الاعتيادية. فهنا طلاب من أنت يعني تريد تكتب مقالة أو أي ريبورت وأنت هنا من تريد تكتبه لكمباني or to your advisor إلى المشرف مالتك أو تبعك يعني report so you have decided to write a report طلاب هذا يعتبر formal writing. فبالformal writing من أجي أستعمل المودل verb نرجع إلى موضوعنا إنه شنو موضوعنا بالريبورت or any things that you are going to do about formal writing شنو علاقة المودل verb بالformal writing. ما تريد تكتب ريبورت وتريد تستعمل مودل verb طلاب وتريد تسوي negative sentence يقول لك cannot هي you should use it cannot in formal writing. لكن لو كان informal يعني تقدر تقول can't تستعمل الابريفيشن المختصر ل cannot ب can't. so okay صار عندك clear انه المودل verb اللي هو كان لما نستعمله بالفورمال رايتنج لازم اسويه negative sentence راح يصير cannot. لكن من كان يعني عندك ان informal writing يعني just you are going to write a message to your friend to your girlfriend أو to your boyfriend فهنا راح تكتب can't تختصرها بcan't. هذا يعني ما يتعلق بهذه الجملة اللي جاي تشوفوها أنتو باللون البورفول. فنيجي طلاب إلى uses of model. uses of model number 1 to express ability القدرة. number 2 degrees of possibility درجات الاحتمالية. advisability النصائح أو النصيحة necessity الضرورة. model expressing ability يعني أنت برأيك مثل ما تتذكر شرحنا هذا الموضوع بالكورس الأول يعني هذا الability يا model verb يستعمل الability كان ماضي كان شنو شنو ربطي هذا الموضوع بالكورس الثاني. إنه بالكورس الثاني هنا أنا طلاب جاي أعلمك إنه شلون تستعمل الموديل فيرب لكن بالماضي هنا أنت شلون راح تستعملها. فهذا التيبل يوضح لك يعني المينينج for every model verb. فعندك الكولوم الأول model كان المينينج express a lack of physical ability or skill. examples the new employee can drive. the astronaut cannot go up the space shuttle today. عندي could بالماضي طلاب. وبالتصريف الثالث زين كان ماضيها شنو طلاب هذا التيبل could. بالتصريف الثالث يعني بالباست بيرفكت شو يصير طلاب يصير could have been. اوكي could have وبعد have طلاب يأتي فعل بالتصريف الثالث اللي هو past participle. فالmeaning can express a lack of physical ability or skill. example the new employee can drive. The astronaut cannot go up the space shuttle today. ماضي كان شي يصير طلاب could express a lack of past ability or skill. In the 1800 people could not communicate with each other across the globe via email. فأنا عندي could not communicate واضح. بعد could يجي أيضا infinitive. لكن إذا استعملت could have شي تبعت طلاب مثل ما مكتوب هنا past participle يعني فعل بالتصريف الثالث. Refer to the past situation in which the ability for something to happen existed but it didn't happen. The team could have won. فwon إيش تعتبر طلاب؟ The team could have won. won إيش تعتبر طلاب؟ تعتبر التصريف الثالث. won هو التصريف الثالث للفعل win. The team could have won. However, they didn't. Models expressing degree of possibility: cannot, may, might not, should, must. فمن هي الأقل likely والhighly likely؟ cannot هي unlikely. must هي highly likely. degree of possibility number 1 to express impossibility or near impossibility use cannot. To express low possibility use may or may not, might or might not. عرفتوا طلاب؟ إذا أنت تريد تعبير impossibility or near impossibility تستعمل cannot. To express low possibility تستعمل may or may not, might or might not في زمن الماضي, or could not. To express moderate possibility تستعمل use should or should not. To express high possibility or probability use must. To express centrally or human intention use will not. In the past context use طبعا will شو يصير ماضيها would or would not. فهنا model expressing degree of possibility درجات الاحتمالية. She is very intelligent and has been studying hard, so she will pass the test. Correct. She is very intelligent and has been studying hard. She should pass the test. بعد should اجا pass له infinitive صحيح correct. She is very intelligent and has been studying hard, so she cannot pass the test. Incorrect. شو راح يصير؟ She can't pass the test. بالنسبة لهاي الأمثلة. نأتي للبعدها model expressing advisability. To express whether something is a good idea or not, use should or should not. To express number 2, to express an advisable action that did not occur in the past, use should have plus past participle. يعني should have طلاب بعد شيء past participle. To express a past action that was not advisable, use should not have plus past participle. يعني should have plus verb in the past participle في زمن الماضي. في حالة negative action راح يصير should not have وبعدها past participle. Model expressing necessity. To express necessity use must or have to. I must do my homework. Must is internal. You have to wear a seat belt when you drive. Have to is external. بالجملة الأولى استعمل must وبالجملة الثانية استعمل have to. Must not express a prohibition but not a lack of necessity. To express lack of necessity use do, does and did plus not plus have to. I don't have to do my homework. واضح تستعملها بالlack of necessity. To express a past necessity بزمن الماضي use had to not must. I had to do my homework last night. واضح هاي تستعمل past necessity تقدر تستعمل had to or not must. نيجي phrasal alternative to modal auxiliaries. هنا هذا التيبل يوضح لك المينينج and المودال auxiliary والphrasal alternative. اوكي فنيجي الى اول كولوم والمينينج certainty. المودال auxiliary راح استعمله will معناها be going to، معناها ال will be going to. الثانية ability شو استعمل كموديل auxiliary وكان، معناها شنو طلاب be able to. رقم 3 advisability أقدر استعمل advisability should. طلاب والفريزل alternative هنا راح نستعملها، يعني معنى should شنو، had better أو to need to. رقم 4 necessity، بالnecessity الموديل auxiliary راح استعمله هو must. الفريزل alternative يعني البديل اللي must have to have got to be supposed to. نجي طلاب إلى past necessity استعمل had to. نجي إلى lack of necessity أقدر استعمل do not have to. نجي إلى repeated past event أقدر استعمل would واللي معناها used to. هذا بالنسبة لهذا الكولوم. بالنسبة للكولوم الثاني طلاب احنا راح نصنف الموديل auxiliary ranked by strength. ranked انه ترتيبها by strength. نجي على الموديل verb، بعدين اللوجيكال probability meaning، بعدين السوشيال interaction meaning والstrength. يعني نبدأ من الويك إلى strong، يعني منه أقل weak or very weak من الموديل verb إلى very strong or strong model verb. فنجي للكولوم الأول الموديل verb will. اللوجيكال probability meaning معناتها certainty. السوشيال interaction meaning معناها intention. الكولوم الثاني must معناها logical necessity. والسوشيال interaction obligation التزام يعني قوي. must بنستعمله very strong event. would معناها conditional certainty. conditionality معناها السوشيال interaction. should معناتها probability وبنفس الوقت advisability أقدم نصيحة. may possibility يعني أنا permission يعني إذن. possibility احتمالية. كان أيضا possibility بنفس الوقت تقدر تعملها permission يعني for example can I use your cell phone, can I borrow your car وهكذا. آخر شيء might والcould اللي very weak. low possibility very polite permission possibility. هنا طلاب أيضا راح نرجع ريفيو اللي أخذناه. موديل ability، مثال على الability كان ماضيها شنو طلاب could. وبعدين إذا بالتصريف إذا بالزمن الباست بيرفكت شو يصير طلاب could have plus verb in the past participle. واضح؟ يعني لو أجيك سؤال وأقول لك الأفعال الناقصة الموديل verb اعطيني مثال عليها وبعدين نحولها لي في زمن الماضي، بعدين في زمن الباست بيرفكت الماضي التام. فبزمن الماضي كان شو يصير could. بالباست بيرفكت شو يصير طلاب could have plus verb in the past participle التصريف الثالث. فنجينا أنا كان ماضيها شنو طلاب could. الماضي التام شو يصير could have plus past participle. كان expresses ability in the present or generally. For example, I can run a kilometer in 4 minutes. It is used for decision made about future ability. We can meet at the gym tomorrow. Could express ability in the past بالماضي. In a sentence it's only express ability in the present, future, and in general hypothetical situation. If only you could come. If only you could come. طلاب بالpast perfect تصير could have plus verb in the past participle. Expresses ability in the past. Hypothetical situation. I could have plus verb in the past participle اللي هو roasted the turkey. كان قلنا نستعملها في زمن simple present. could نستعملها في زمن simple past. could have plus verb in the past participle نستعملها وين طلاب في زمن past perfect. I could have roasted the turkey. For other tenses be able plus infinitive. ننتقل إلى الموديل verb الثاني. model degree of certainty. could may might قلنا نستعملها هاي express possibility about now, the future or generally. You should talk to your doctor because that diet might be dangerous. Could, may, might, have, plus past participle. Express possibility about the past that might have been the doctor who rang while we were out. Might have been the doctor. Could, might have, plus past participle. Express possibility about hypothetical past. If you don't follow your doctor's advice, you could have become quite ill. you could have become quite ill. Okay. ننتقل إلى بعدها model degree of certainty. Could, may, might express possibility about now, the future or generally. You should ask your doctor because the diet might be dangerous. يعني هذا طلاب السلايد هو نفسه إعادة للقبله. واضح؟ يعني could ماضيها could، وإذا استعملنا could have بعدها verb فعل بالتصريف الثالث. نيجي هنا إلى هذا الحقل اللي هو primary functions of modal verb. بالability إيش نستعمل طلاب كان، بالpermission إيش نستعمل may، might ماضيها وكان could، prohibition must، not cannot. بالprediction نقدر نستعمل will shall may. بالduty نقدر نستعمل should. بالobligation طلاب نقدر نستعمل must. بالrequest والover نقدر نستعمل can and will. وآخر شيء طلاب بالpossibility أقدر استعمل can وماضيها راح يكون cannot. absence of obligation، بالabsence of obligation أقدر استعمل need not. ننتقل إلى بعدها secondary functions of modal verb. بداية primary functions of modal verb، وهذا الثاني السلايد هو راح يمثل secondary function of modal verb. In their secondary function, the modal verb except shall can be used to express the degree of certainty, uncertainty or possibility. نيجي طلاب من almost certain إلى very certain إلى very uncertain. منو أكثر شيء almost certain؟ must بعدها will وراها would، after that without بعد ذلك should، بعدين can، after that could may، وبالأخير طلاب very uncertain might. يعني أقوى وحدة almost certain must، و very low or very uncertain might. Spot the modal verb. يعني أنا جمل. Can I have another burger? You really should eat some veg with it. I usually just eat burgers. You must be putting on a lot of weight. No, I can't eat whether I want and it make no difference. Well, you will get fat if you keep on eating like that. هنا أنا طلاب يعني فقط هايلايت الجملة اللي بيها المودال فيرب. Can I have another burger؟ يعني عندك جملة أولى can و have. الجملة الثانية you really should eat should بعد infinitive some veg with it. I usually just eat burgers. You must be putting on a lot of weight. Must. No, I can eat whatever I want and it make no difference. Can eat. Well, you will get fat if you keep on eating like that. Will get. You can make modal verb negatives. I must wash up the dishes. سويها negative. I must not leave my room in a complete mess. I must not wash up the dishes. سويت الجملة الأولى منفية. I could eat a large bar of chocolate. سويها إلي نفي. I could not eat a large bar of chocolate. والجملة الأخيرة I couldn't eat that vanilla curry. It was too hot. Make the modal verb negative in each of these sentences. You will stay in a break. سويها negative راح يصير you will not stay in at a break. You could catch a cold. النفي مالتها you could not catch a cold. You can go first. النفي you cannot go first. You may turn off the TV. النفي راح يصير you may not turn off the TV. You must be boiling. You must not be boiling. You should really be quieter. You should not really be quieter. You might get lucky. You might not get lucky. You would believe it. You would not believe it. Okay, مثل ما هنا موجود الحل. You will not want. You couldn't. You cannot. You may not. You must not. You shouldn't. You might not. You wouldn't. Okay. هنا أنا طلع put the right modal verb in this sentence. Okay. في الجملة الأولى شو راح يصير؟ He swims really well. He راح تصير must. شوف طلاب السلايد الأول الأسئلة، السلايد الثاني الأجوبة، فيصير الإجابة he must practice a lot. Number 2 it was so dark I couldn't see the path. فالإجابة راح تصير couldn't see the path. Number 3 he is apparent. he الإجابة راح تصير he can even juggle with his eyes closed. Okay. Number 4 if she keeps practicing she might just make the team. He is just not sure. He can't make his mind up. هسه طلاب بعد ما تعرفنا على المودلز هسه المودلز in the past اوكي واللي شرحناه already يعني بعض الامثله عليه مثل قلنا could شو يصير could كان شو يصير ماضيها could والتصريف الثالث اللي بزمن الماضي التام راح يصير could have been. They are model refer to action that happened in the past. Model plus have plus verb in the past participle اوكي يعني بعد must or could شي يجي طلاب have زائد verb بالتصريف الثالث يعني فعل بالتصريف الثالث. It must have been a difficult decision. Okay? It must have been a difficult decision. They should have invited her to their wedding. Should have بعد should have شو يجي طلاب verb in the past participle invited her to their wedding. It must have بعد شو يجي طلاب فعل بالتصريف الثالث been a difficult decision. English model verb. هنا طلاب المودل verb كان قلنا ability when something is possible, permission, informal request هذا اليوزج. Example I can do several times at this time. Martial can happen. You can go now. Can you come for a minute. بعدين could past form of can يعني الزمن بالنسبة للكان يصير could. Polite request possibility. She said she could pay for us as well. Could you move your back please? It would be that he missed the train. May possibility ask or give permission formal. It may rain tomorrow. May I speak. Might past form of may يعني ماضي may تستعمل possibility. He said he might change his mind. This might fail. Must you have to do it? It is a very logical or very lucky to happen. You must appeal the law. They left so early. They must be home by now. Must not, mustn't. You are not allowed to do it. You must smoke in here. موديل طلاب بالباست تنس زمن الماضي كان شو يصير طلاب could وماست تبقى نفسها لكن المي شو يصير طلاب might. فهنا بعض الأمثلة طلاب نجي the past tense of كان شنو طلاب could. I can ride a motorcycle. أوكي والجملة طلاب الماضي شو يصير بالماضي شو يصير I could ride a bike when I was young. الجملة رقم 2 the past tense of كان شو يصير couldn't يعني احنا الجملة الأولى يعني كان رايد ماضيها شو يصير could ride. هاي في حالة البوزيتيف sentence الجمل المثبتة. في حالة النيجاتيف sentence the dog can't catch the ball سويها لي أنا في يعني عفوا سويها لي ماضي the dog couldn't catch the ball when he was a puppy. the past tense of could شو يصير طلاب past tense of could راح يصير could have plus past participle. could have plus past participle. We could buy some snakes before the game start. فطلاب could ماضي could شي يصير could have plus verb in the past participle. واضح هسا كان ماضيها شي يصير could لما نسوي لها يعني بزمن الماضي فشو يصير could have plus verb in the past participle يعني كأنما ماضي تام. we could buy some snakes before the game start. إيش يصير الماضي طلاب we could have plus verb in the past participle اللي bought some snakes but now there aren't any. بعد طلاب the past tense of couldn't بزمن النيجاتيف راح يصير couldn't plus have plus past participle. the cat couldn't possibly eat more now. he couldn't have eaten. he couldn't have وeaten هو التصريف الثالث للفعل eat so much candy without getting sick. the past tense of must نأتي طلاب إلى must راح يصير must have plus past participle. باراك أوباما looks stressed. it must be hard to be president. أوكي فراح يصير ماضي must شو يصير it must have been. it must have been hard for George Bush to be president. He was very unpopular. فmust have بعدها فعل بالتصريف الثالث اللي هو been. let's practice. let's practice. Fill in the blank with the past tense model. املأ الفراغات بزمن past tense model. الأفعال الناقصة بزمن الماضي. I can ride a horse when I was young. شو تصير الإجابة طلاب؟ I could ride a pony. ability in the past. الإجابة هنا طلاب I could ride a pony. Let's practice. I can't catch a ball. سويها لي ماضي يعني past tense model. فش راح يصير طلاب؟ I couldn't catch a ball even when I was on the baseball team. ability in the past. فالإجابة تصير couldn't catch. Let's practice. Fill in the blank with the past tense model. I am having so much fun. I could stay up all night. فالإجابة شو راح تصير طلاب؟ I could stay up all night. possibility. فالإجابة راح تصير I was having so much fun last night. I could have stayed up all night. could stay up شو تصير طلاب ماضي راح يصير could have plus verb in the past participle اللي هو stayed up all night. possibility in the past. Let's practice. Fill in the blank with the past tense. They look happy. Their team must be winning now. Logical conclusion. فش راح يصير الإجابة؟ The game is over and they are cheering. Their team شو راح يصير طلاب their team must have won. Logical conclusion or 100 certainty يعني نستعمل must. بالماضي شو تصير must have plus الفيرب اللي هو won. تصير الثالث إلى won فتصير الإجابة must have won. must have won. نجي هنا طلاب model in the past. They are models refer to action that happened in the past. يعني رجعنا هذا review. model plus شنو have plus verb in the past participle. For example, it must have been a difficult decision. They should have invited her to their wedding. هنا طلاب راح يوضح لك المودل verb والuses والexamples. must have plus verb in the past participle. might have plus verb in the past participle. could have plus verb in the past participle. يعني النفي couldn't have plus verb in the past participle. would have plus verb in the past participle. should ought to have plus verb in the past participle. والنيجاتيف شو يصير shouldn't have plus verb in the past participle. needn't have plus verb in the past participle. نيجي للجملة الأولى Peter have arrived late. He must have been in a traffic jam. والجملة الأخيرة you needn't have pouted. model in the past أيضا قلنا would have could have may have might have should have must have. example الأول I would have bought the car but I didn't have money. والجملة الأخيرة you must have been crazy. كان ماضيها شو تصير could وبعدين could have plus verb in the past participle. نيجي هذا review indicate possibility or ability. drinking too much alcohol can be dangerous to your health. I can speak four languages fluently. in a question can action for permission or about possibility. Can I go to the toilet? Who can help me with my homework? Who can help me with my homework? could indicate possibility or ability in the past. The accident could have killed you. When I was a child, I couldn't play soccer very well. Could is also used to state hypothesis and make expectation. If I had time, I could spend more time with my family. In this case, he could be the victim. Must indicate an obligation or prohibition. You must turn off your phones inside the classroom. You mustn't smoke inside the building. Must is used to say that we are sure something is true. You live downtown, right? Your house must be very noisy. He must be very rich. Look at his expensive car. ماضي may and might. احنا أخذنا هنا كان could okay و must أيضا ماضيها يبقى must. may ماضيها طلاب يصير might. indication uncertain action. I don't know where he is. He might be in his office. The shop might give up a disconnect in the next purchase. May can also be used to ask for permission in formal situation. May I drink some water? May I have another slice of pizza? Finally, طلاب, thank you so much for listening. In this lecture we also discussed modal verb طلاب, مثلا كان ماضيها could وبعد could يصير could have plus verb in the past participle, وكذلك may الماضي might بعدين might تصير might have plus verb in the past participle, وكذلك must ماضيها must. وأيضا بالنسبة لزمن الماضي التام إذا أحولها تصير must have plus verb in the past participle. فالغرض من هذه المحاضرة طلاب إلى أنه كيفية استعمال الأفعال الناقصة لكن في زمن الماضي. Okay, thank you so much for your listening, guys, and I have thank you so much guys for your listening, and you guys have a great day. Thank you.